I'm Lisa from Sweet and Sassy Treasures, and I'm excited to explore some stamping projects with you. We're going to look at stamping on fabric and then using some things around the house to make some home decor. I hope that you enjoy this video. For my first project, I'm using a canvas bag that I purchased from a big box hobby and craft store. To make sure paint doesn't go from the front to the back, I put in a piece of cardboard and then a piece of parchment paper, and I zipped the bag up just so that it would be level. I created a layout using 3 of the pieces from the gorgeous Nature's Etching stamp, and I opted to make my own fabric paint. You certainly can purchase it pre-made, but here I'm just using some fabric softener, and you want to use about a 1-to-1 ratio. I use a brayer and I make sure I have really good coverage on my stamps. I don't want there to be any dripping or for it to seep into the recesses of the stamp. And then I press it into place. You want to make sure that you have good contact and that you hold it in place for a brief period of time. You want that paint to really bond to the fibers in the canvas bag. I'm repeating that process for all 3 stamps. When it's dry, I'm going to take an iron with parchment paper and just heat set the ink for a minute. I decided to sew on some trim from the same big box store, and I love the way that this came out. I love these bags for gift giving, whether it's a Mother's Day gift or a graduation gift. I think they are perfect for just about anybody. Here I'm using a smaller bag and the same process, but I wanted to show you how you can add color in the background and then use the stamp in white to make even a different look. I used the fabric softener here as well. It's important to note there are also fabric mediums that are made by Liquitex and Golden that you can add to your paints as well. It really keeps that paint soft and pliable. You don't want the bag to crack after it's been used for any period of time. I do seal this bag in the end. I didn't seal the first one because there just wasn't a lot of paint on there. I'm blending the colors. It's okay to use a little bit of water. I did that where the blue color kind of met up with the pink and the peach color, and there really was a nice seamless transition. Later, I used pieces of fabric to create a tassel for the zipper pull, and it really tied everything together. I let that dry, and then I repeated the same process that I used on the first bag. I varied the stamps a little bit because this is more of a cosmetic bag size, so it's a little bit shorter, but I love how that white ink pops off of those bright colors. If you know me, you know I had to do a home decor project. So I took an 8x8 wood gallery blank, I painted it black, and then I used regular old cardboard to add interest and a mixed media feel. It's so much fun to use normal things that you can find around the house to really elevate your work. I want to peel off that top layer, so I saturated it with water, and then I'm peeling it back, exposing as much of the corrugation underneath as I want. I'm really trying to keep the top layer on wherever the stamp's going to make contact, or I'm going to lose part of that image. Once that's dry, I'm going in with a white all-in-one paint and I'm going to layer it. So I'm putting the first layer on kind of sparingly, and then I'm going to dry that and go in with a second coat with more of a hatch mark. Believe it or not, it makes a difference to layer even the same color. I'm using my brush to dry brush the tops of those high points, and I'm going to drag it all around the outside. Now I'm going to use the Connoisseur's Library stamp. It's a beautiful 4-sheet 6x6 stamp set. I really only need to put it on the right side of the wood blank because the cardboard's going to go on the left. I'm not looking for a real good detailed impression, so I just kind of skimmed over the top of the stamp with a light gray paint. I needed to do 2 sections, so I let the first section dry before I stamped the second section below. I'm really loving how this is coming together. I think that the portion of the spring etching stamp that I like the most is the piece that I'm using here. I'm taking my brayer in some black paint and I want a fairly decent impression. So I'm going to go over it once and then I'll go over it lightly a second time. And then I will press that over the top of my corrugated piece. You really don't have to let it set too long when you're going over paper. And I really think that this was the perfect element for this piece of home decor. All products used in this video can be found in the description below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified when new videos are published.